Hello students. Today we are going to continue the chapter number 9, that is force and laws of motion. This is the second part of this chapter. In this video we will discuss Newton's laws of motion and law of conservation of momentum as well as its applications. Firstly, we will discuss the Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion states that an object will continue to remain in its state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line unless and until an external force is applied on it. That means कि एक ऑब्जेक्ट अगर रेस्ट पर है तो वो तब तक रेस्ट पर रहेगा जब तक उसके ऊपर कोई बाहर से फोर्स ना लगाया जाए एंड अगर एक ऑब्जेक्ट मोशन में है तो वो मोशन में रहेगा जब तक उसके ऊपर एक एक्सटर्नल फोर्स अप्लाई ना हो. दैट मीन्स the object will remain in its state of motion or the rest unless and until an external force is applied on it. Now we will discuss the applications of Newton's first law of motion. When a bus suddenly starts moving, the passengers in the bus fall in the backward direction. Why it happens? Because both passengers and bus are in rest. So when the bus starts moving, our feet, which is in contact with the bus, comes in motion, but the rest part of our body is still in the position of rest. That's why we fall in the backward direction. And when the bus suddenly stops, the passenger in the bus falls in the forward direction, because with the application of bus, the bus slows down and our legs also slows down, which are in contact with the bus. But जो upper part of body है वो अभी भी motion में है because of the inertia, and that's why it falls in the forward direction. So these two are the applications of Newton's first law of motion. We have discussed these two examples in the concept of inertia also. Now before discussing the Newton's second law of motion, we will discuss about momentum. Momentum is defined as the product of mass and velocity of the body. Momentum has magnitude as well as direction. That means it is a vector quantity. At any instant, the direction of momentum is same as the direction of velocity. And if a body of mass m is moving with velocity v, then momentum p is given by v equals to mv, that is product of mass and velocity. SI unit of momentum is kg meter per second. Next, we will discuss the Newton's second law of motion, which states that rate of change of momentum of an object is directly proportional to the applied unbalanced force. That is, अगर एक moving object पर हम unbalanced external force apply करते हैं, then there will be a change of momentum with respect to time. और जो direction होगा, that will be the direction of force. That is, force is directly proportional to change in momentum upon time. Now take an example. To accelerate a wagon, you will apply a pull. That means आपको उसको खींचना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. और अगर हम उसका मास इंक्रीज करते हैं तो हमें ज़्यादा पुल अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा टू एक्सेलरेट इट. दैट इज़ फोर्स इज इक्वल्स टू मास इनटू एक्सेलरेशन. दैट इज़ जितना ज़्यादा मास उतना ज़्यादा हमें फोर्स अप्लाई करना होगा. सो दिस इज़ द न्यूटन्स सेकेंड लॉ ऑफ मोशन. I repeat, the rate of change of momentum of an object is directly proportional to applied unbalanced force. Directly proportional का मतलब होता है जब एक चीज़ को हम इंक्रीज करें तो दूसरी चीज़ भी इंक्रीज होगी. दैट इज अगर हम अप्लाइड फोर्स इंक्रीज करेंगे so there will be more change in momentum with respect to time. Now we will discuss about the mathematical formulation of second law of motion. That is जो भी formula पढ़ा F equals to ma उसको हम discuss करेंगे. Firstly, consider an object of mass m and it is moving along a straight line with initial velocity u. And this object is uniformly accelerated to the velocity v in time t. मतलब t टाइम इंटरवल में उसकी वेलोसिटी u से v हो गई है. एंड इस दौरान जो फोर्स अप्लाइड था वो था कांस्टेंट फोर्स एंड इट इज डिनोटेड बाय f. So the initial momentum p1 will be mu and final momentum p2 will be mv. Thus the change in momentum will be p2 minus p1, that is mv minus mu. So taking m common outside, we will write as m in the bracket v minus u. Now we have discussed that f is directly proportional to change in momentum divided by time taken. So in place of change in momentum we can write p2 minus p1 and p2 minus p1 is equals to mv minus u. So now while changing the signs from directly proportional to equals, we have to place a constant. Here constant is k. जब हम डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल से इक्वल के साइन पर जाते हैं तो एक कांस्टेंट लगाते हैं और वो कांस्टेंट हमने यहाँ चूज़ किया k. सो k m v minus u upon t. This is the force. Now we know that v minus u upon t, that is change in velocity upon time, is the acceleration a. So we can write it as f is equals to kma. Here a is the acceleration, that is the rate of change of velocity. Now if we take k equals to 1, so the equation will be f equals to ma. So this is how we have derived the second law of motion. Now we will discuss the applications of Newton's second law of motion. A fielder pulls his hand gradually with the moving ball while holding a catch. जब एक फील्डर कोई कैच पकड़ता है तो उस टाइम पर वो अपने हैंड्स को पीछे ले जाता है. Why? To increase the time. Because we know that f is equals to kma and a is equals to v minus u. So here you can see that f is inversely proportional to t. That is अगर टाइम बढ़ जाएगा तो f जो है वो रिड्यूस हो जाएगा. तो वो फील्डर जो है वो टाइम इंक्रीज करता है ताकि जब बॉल वो कैच करे तो उसका फोर्स कम लगे हाथ पे. So that's why a fielder pulls his hand while making a catch, while holding a catch. Next is the athletes are made to fall on cushioned bed. जब वो फॉल करते हैं तो वो कुशन बेड पर, सॉफ्ट बेड पर फॉल करते हैं बिकॉज दिस इंक्रीजेज द टाइम ऑफ एथलीट्स फॉल टू स्टॉप आफ्टर द जंप. इससे टाइम इंक्रीज होगा और जो चेंज इन मोमेंटम है वो डिक्रीज होगा. एंड वी नो चेंज इन मोमेंटम जो है वो फोर्स के डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है तो इसलिए फोर्स भी डिक्रीज हो जाएगा. So these two are the applications of Newton's second law of motion. Next, we will discuss the Newton's third law of motion. It states that when an object exerts a force on another object, then the second object exerts an equal and opposite force on first object. जब एक ऑब्जेक्ट दूसरे ऑब्जेक्ट पर फोर्स अप्लाई करता है तो जो सेकेंड ऑब्जेक्ट है वो भी फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्ट पर इक्वल अमाउंट का फोर्स अप्लाई करेगा इन अपोजिट डायरेक्शन, बट ये दोनों फोर्सेस विल नॉट कैंसल ईच अदर. सो द स्टेटमेंट इज एक्शन एंड रिएक्शन आर इक्वल इन मैग्नीट्यूड बट अपोजिट इन रिएक्शन. एक्शन क्या था? जो फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्ट ने सेकेंड ऑब्जेक्ट पर फोर्स अप्लाई किया, दैट इज एक्शन. और जो सेकेंड ऑब्जेक्ट ने फर्स्ट पर अप्लाई किया, दैट इज रिएक्शन. बोथ आर इक्वल इन मैग्नीट्यूड बट अपोजिट इन डायरेक्शन, बट दे डू नॉट कैंसल ईच अदर. दिस इज द इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. ये दोनों फोर्सेस कैंसल नहीं होंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि दोनों डिफरेंट बॉडीज पर लग रहे हैं. फर्स्ट जो एक्शन था वो सेकेंड बॉडी पर लग रहा है बाय फर्स्ट बॉडी, और जो सेकेंड फोर्स था वो सेकेंड बॉडी लगा रही है फर्स्ट पर. सो बोथ आर अपोजिट इन डायरेक्शन, equal in magnitude but do not cancel each other. Now we will discuss the applications of Newton's third law of motion. When the rocket fuel burns and exhaust gases comes out in the downward direction with the great force. क्या होता है? जब रॉकेट के अंदर जो फ्यूल है वो बर्न होता है और उसमें से जो गैसेस बाहर निकलती हैं विद द ग्रेट फोर्स, तो उस फोर्स को हम कहेंगे एक्शन. और इस एक्शन की वजह से रॉकेट कहाँ जा रहा है? हाई स्पीड के साथ इन अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन, एंड दैट विल बी रिएक्शन. दैट मीन्स जो आपकी गैसेस बाहर आ रही हैं विद द फोर्स, दैट इज एक्शन, एंड moving of rocket in upward direction with high speed is the reaction. Next is when the air is released from the balloon, the air rushes out in downward direction. जब एक बैलून में से एयर बाहर निकलती है वो डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन में निकलती है, that is action. And as a result of action the balloon moves in the vertically upward direction. बैलून जो है वो ऊपर जाता है, that is reaction. So these two are the applications of Newton's third law of motion. Now we will discuss the law of conservation of momentum. This law of conservation of momentum is the result of Newton's third law of motion. It states that the total momentum of a system of objects remains conserved before and after their interaction or collision, provided that there is no external unbalanced force acting on them. इसका मीनिंग है, that means that if there is an interaction or a collision, अगर दो चीज़ों का interaction हो रहा है या collision हो रहा है, टकरा रहे हैं, तो उस दौरान जो टकराने से पहले मोमेंटम था टोटल मोमेंटम, और उनके कोलिजन के बाद जो टोटल मोमेंटम होगा वो कंजर्व रहेगा, वो सेम रहेगा इफ़ देयर इज़ नो एक्सटर्नल अनबैलेंस्ड फोर्स. अगर उस सिस्टम ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट्स पर कोई भी एक्सटर्नल अप्लाइड फोर्स नहीं है, देन जो टोटल मोमेंटम है बिफोर कोलिजन एंड total momentum after collision will remain conserved. Now let us consider a system of two objects having masses ma and mb. ma is moving with velocity ua and mb is moving with velocity ub. And let us consider that ua is greater than ub and both are moving in same direction. Now after collision the bodies will move with velocity va and vb respectively. The collision lasts for time t. जो उनका collision होगा that will be for time t. So in this case we will derive the law of conservation of momentum. So the initial momentum of the system will be ma ua plus mb ub. We know that momentum is product of mass and velocity. तो initially जो ma के लिए होगा the momentum will be MAUA, और जो MB mass के लिए initial momentum होगा that will be MBUB. So total will be MAUA plus MBUB, and the final momentum will be MAVA plus MBVB. Now we have to prove that the total initial momentum is equal to the total final momentum. Now, from Newton's third law of motion, force exerted by MA on MB, that is action, is equal to the force exerted by MB on MA, that will be reaction. दोनों equal है, but because both are in opposite direction, so we have also written minus. This minus denotes that the both are in opposite direction. Now, the force exerted by MA on MB is denoted by FBA. That is, A जो force apply कर रहा है B पर, और जो force exerted by MB on MA है वो उसको हम represent कर रहे हैं FAB से, and again minus जो है वो opposite direction को denote कर रहा है. So, as by Newton's second law of motion, force is equals to MA. So here we will write FBA, which is equals to MBVB minus UB upon T, and FAB जिसके ऊपर फोर्स लगता है उसका मास लिखा जाता है. तो FBA is applied on MB, MB पर लग रहा है तो वहाँ हमने मास MB का लिखा है, और FAB जो है वो किस पर अप्लाई हो रहा है, MA पर, तो वहाँ हमने मास लिखा है MA. तो जिस पर फोर्स अप्लाई होगा उसका मास हम लिखेंगे. नाउ फ्रॉम दिस वी हैव डिराइव्ड दिस इक्वेशन MBVB माइनस MBUB. M जो मास है उसको हम ब्रैकेट के अंदर ले गए हैं, एंड सिमिलरली ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड. So now we can write it as MBVB minus MBUB is equals to minus MAVA plus MAUA. Now in the next step we will shift MAVA from right hand side to left hand side, और MBUB को shift कर दो from left hand side to right hand side. So on left hand side it will be MAVA plus MBVB equals to MAUA plus MBUB. So जो left hand side है, this is the total momentum after collision, and the right hand side is total momentum before collision. So MAUA is plus MBUB is the total momentum of the objects before collision, and MAVA plus MBVB is the total momentum of objects after collision, and both are equal. Now we have proved that the momentum, total momentum, remains conserved before and after the collision if there is no external force. That is, total momentum of two objects is unchanged or conserved before and after collision. Now we will discuss a few applications of conservation of momentum. First is launching of rockets. The rocket fuel burns and pushes the exhaust gas in downward direction, and because of this the rocket gets pushed in upward direction. Next is the motorboats. It pushes the water backwards and gets pushed forward so as to conserve the momentum. जो water है that is pushed in the backward direction, and as a result motorboat moves in the forward direction to conserve the momentum. So with this our chapter is complete. If you have any doubt regarding any topic in this chapter, you can ask in the comment section below. If you like this video, then give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more such videos. Thank you so much for watching it.